I know I'm probably the one thing standing between you guys and your PJs, so I'm gonna do my best, but I'm not making any promises. I got a lot of people on paper. First, I would like to thank the UNM Alumni Letterman's Association for this distinguished honor, and congrats to all the other inductees. It is truly humbling to be among such accomplished athletes. I just really grateful to be amongst such a good group of athletes. I'm trying not to get emotional already. It's too early in the speech. I do want to thank Madison. Thank you for everything. I know this is such a big ordeal and so much to put together, and just the level of care and just all the organization. There's so much time that you put into this, and you do it flawlessly. Thank you so much. I was like scatterbrained all week, and you kept the calm, so I appreciate you. And everyone involved, and I know there's a lot of people that put in work to be able to do this, so thank you all for that. So for those who know me, they know how much this game of basketball means to me, for a lot of different reasons. And when I think back, to all of the no's and the days, I want to think the days first. They say you're too small. They say you didn't go to a big enough school. They say you don't score enough points. And I knew at a very early age that I didn't need they to believe in me. I just needed one. I just needed one. And so I first want to thank Maureen Eckroth, who was the head coach here my freshman year, for taking the time to come out to a little town in Arizona and recruit me and give me the opportunity to play at this university. I also want to thank a lot of people that are in my life today really because of everything that I was able to experience here as an athlete at UNM. And so I kind of like to start from the present and kind of work my way back to where it all started. I coach now, both club and high school, and so I first want to acknowledge my club girls, the Southwest Swish Club family back home. I know they're recording this here, so they're gonna be mad if they don't get a shout out. Love you girls. To my Millennium High School Lady Tiger family, I'm entering my 14th season as a varsity assistant there, and I'm just grateful to that administration for allowing me that opportunity and being so flexible with my schedule and allowing me to be able to still participate in the program and have an impact on that program, as an assistant all these years. A special thanks to Corey Brojak. I spent a decade with him coaching and building the foundation of the success that we've been able to sustain over the years. We're coming off of our 4th straight state championship. Fourth straight state championship, and looking to defend that, and hopefully a chance to win the 5th. So I do want to thank him for all the years, the film that you put in, trying to create a culture that young women can come through and have the same opportunity that I had as a young athlete. So thank you, Rojak, for that. I also want to, what do we go here? Sorry, I'm all over the place. I want to thank my coworkers and friends that have supported me over the years. My club coach, Mike Metter, he gave me the opportunity to even play in front of college coaches when we didn't have Twitter. You could just post your highlights, right? You actually had to be in the gym. And he spent a lot of time with me and gave me an opportunity to be seen. So thank you, Mike Metter, for that. To all the guys at Luke Air Force Base, my dad used to take me to the gym when I was young, me and my brother, and he would put us out there and it's like, yeah, she's a girl, but she's gonna play with all you Air Force guys. Right? And they used to beat me up and not have any mercy on me at all, but they made me tough and they got me ready to become a college athlete. So thanks, guys. To all my Jug sisters back home, there's a bunch of women that have kept me lifted, mentored me, especially Kate Grimmett, She's been like a mother, a sister, a friend, a mentor, everything I could ask for. I interned in the summers when I went to college. I would go home and intern during the summers for the bank, and she was somebody that just was always in my corner, always rooting for me, teaching me a lot of lessons just about life. And I just appreciate everything that you've been in my life, Kay. To all my friends who couldn't make the trip, I know there's a lot. I wish I could call everybody by name, but again, folks have to go to bed. But I wholeheartedly know how blessed I am to have such amazing people in my life, and I thank and love you all. For those in the room tonight, Kim Wimbish, a former player of mine, made the trip today, and it's such a full circle moment here. She was also one of our best defenders, fierce competitor. She actually coaches with us now with our club team, and so I'm kind of sitting here like a proud mama bear, being able to bring her back to this and have her sort of follow in that footsteps, and now coaching and understanding what it was like. Now she knows, right? Yeah. Now she has all those headaches, right? But thank you for being here, right? I appreciate our continued friendship. Coach Joseph Lee, who's also here with us tonight, coached with him for a few years, won 2 state championships with him. Another friend that I have appreciated and continue to learn from and grow with as basketball coaches. He's now with another program as a head coach, but appreciate our time together and all the fun we had winning state championships together. So thank you for coming tonight. Tracy and Mia, thank you for making the trip. Tracy, you've been just a joy in my life as a friend for so many years. You show up for me in every way that matters, and you root for my success as your friend in everything I've ever done. And I just really love and appreciate you for the sister that you've been to me for so many years. Juanita, Christine, Carolyn, thank you two for making the trip. These girls are they're my rocks. I'm starting to get emotional. I feel it. They're in the room. I met these girls playing basketball post-college, and again, to have that kind of friendship and to have those people that still let you tell your stories, still lean on each other, playing together, trying to reminisce like we're still young and we still got a crossover. Right? We still do, right? That's the story. I'm sticking to it. But thank you, girls, for just again for everything that you've done for me, the type of friend and sisters that you are in my life. We go through everything together, the ups, the downs, and everything in between. So I just appreciate the love and support that you guys have shown me over the years. Lisa, 30 plus years strong, my road dog since high school. She's been there teaching me about life, business, so many different things. She's been a part of everything I ever dared to dream about, and supported me in every way that matters. I can't say enough about you. The selflessness that you show, you taught me how to give that to others. And again, I love and support you. You are truly my sister, right? And she brought her daughter here tonight, Ellie. And I want to give Ellie a quick shout out here. And this story is so important because it's the reason why I coach today. When you can affect young athletes. Ellie recently had a club tryout for volleyball, and she was afraid, right? We've all had those moments as athletes where you fear failure. And I know she loves the game of volleyball, but she was afraid she wasn't going to make the team. And I told her, I said, hey, we'll go to the park one day. Give me one day, right? We're going to practice. We're going to get you ready for tryouts. And if you still don't want to do it, I'll leave you alone. I'll leave you alone, right? So we spent a day in the park, Ellie, right? Spent that day in the park, unwillingly, right? But she did it. And by the end of the day, she said, okay, I'll try out, right? Not only did she go and make the team, you guys, but she was bumped up to the 15U team and will be traveling, playing her first year of club volleyball, and I'm so proud of her just for having that moment and packing her fears. There were so many athletes, I've done over the years. I'm so proud of you, Ellie. I love you. Keep working hard, kid. 88G. AAG. AAG. These are my guys, man. I mean, you talk about brothers, right, and family. You know, I was fortunate enough, or I guess I should say maybe unfortunate enough. You know, they have on-campus apartments, and these guys live right across from us. And I thought, God, this is gonna be so fun. Our friends are right here, they're right across, we can hang out all the time. And then all of a sudden, all my milk was gone, my snacks were gone. I didn't have no food. I'm like, I just went to the store, everything's gone, right? So I had to rethink that idea, but all in all, they were always there quietly just protecting us, all of us girls on the basketball team. They looked out for us like big brothers would. And I just love and appreciate everything that you guys have shown us over the years. And you know, 20 plus years later, the friendship has just only grown and expanded. I appreciate he's got his wife here tonight, Chantel. Stacey, I know Nora wanted to be here, so you have to let her know she got a shout out too. I appreciate you guys, right? Because that's what family looks like, right? 20 plus years later, we're still here. Thank you guys. To the best fans in women's college basketball for over 4 years, you know, it was such a special time here. I remember the first Pack the Pit night, you know, with 17,000 people just screaming as we're getting ready to head down the tunnel. And I just couldn't imagine that many people would show up for women playing basketball, right? And I mean, the fans here in Albuquerque, they are like no other. They traveled with us. They were there for every second in Vegas when we won our first conference tournament and was headed to the NCAA tournament. To see so much red in the crowd, the way they show up for us, it was amazing, right? And I just, it was a time in my life that I will never forget. To all of my teammates that couldn't be here tonight, Erica, Mo, Dee, Rachel, Abby, Nikki, Miranda, who we lost all too soon, but I think about often. I love you girls so much, and I know they wish they could be here tonight, but I'm thinking about you and just appreciating everything that you've done for me. To the entire coaching and training staff, from Sarge kicking our butts every day, pushing us to the limits, right? Sand hills and everything else. I hated that, but I loved her for it. To all the media and the announcers, I still miss them yelling, Stukes. Every now and then, I just wish I could hear that again. That's just selfishly. To all my coaches, Ed Wyatt, who couldn't be here tonight, but a lot of those rebounds they mentioned in the stats, I have to give credit to Ed, because, you know, in a drill, I don't know if anybody could teach how to box out better than Ed Wyatt. I mean, it was something to see. I wish I had a film on it. They know, right? They know. Coach Tull, thank you so much for being here tonight. Kid, thank you for coming as well. She was, I mean, the most positive reinforcer on the sideline. You know, I just remember her walking around going, everybody's got a goal. What's your goal? Everybody got a goal. What's your goal, Stukes? I guess I better think of a goal real quick. But, you know, she, still to this day, she keeps in touch, checks in, still calls me Captain Stukes, and trust and believe every time you call me that, you have my undivided attention. I will answer. Thank you so much. Coach Flanagan. First of all, thank you for that introduction. God, man. It's hard that he's in the room. Thank you for that introduction. And much like you, Heather, I too got into coaching largely in part because of this man. When somebody affects your life, the way he affected mine, and the things that I was able to go on and do as an adult, just from having had that experience as a player with him, it makes you want to give that to somebody else. And so every time I'm in the gym with those girls, and I think if I could do just half of what he did for me, for some other girl, then it's all worth it. It has all been worth it. And I know that that's why God put me here, to be able to have that experience and to continue to be able to give that to these other young girls that we've had go through. We've sent so many kids to college, and it's bigger than the basketball. It's not about the basketball. For me, getting a scholarship, coming here and having that opportunity wasn't about basketball. It was about my life. It was about my future. It's about looking out there when I see my kids and the life that I've been able to provide to them just from having gone through school, gotten that degree, gotten into the corporate world, having that opportunity to provide to them the way that I have been, largely in part because of what this man gave to me for 4 years, the work ethic, everything that he taught me. There's no words to really thank you for everything you've done for me. He taught us so many lessons, and I'll tell one quick story because there was times where it gets tough, right? And I remember we always had to come back and meet these times. We had to run a mile, we had to meet a time, and for some reason, I was the only one that had to run a 6-minute mile. Everyone else, 6:15, 6:20. I'm like, why can't I run a 6:20, right? He's like, no, that's not where you're at. You're gonna run a 6-minute mile. I was like, I've been trying to run a 6-minute mile for 4 years, coach. I can't run a 6-minute mile. 6:08, that's my best. 6:08, that's pretty good. Nope, not good enough, right? So we run this mile, and he tells us, you gotta run this mile every day until you hit your times. Everybody else hits their times. I'm still running a mile, right? So after about 3 or 4 tries and I'm not getting it, Tamika starts to jog her mile, because I'm just like, well, at this point, I'm just gonna be running a mile every day. It's not happening, coach. He saw me jogging, and immediately, Tamika gets called into the principal's office. He's like, that's not gonna work. You're not gonna jog your mile. I said, well, coach, I can't run a 6-minute mile. He's like, I think you can. I think you can. As a matter of fact, I know you can. And so after some reluctancy, I said, you know what, I'm gonna try this one more time, because apparently this man thinks I can do it. So I go out there and I have to give thanks to my teammates, because they all came out, and like any good teammate would, in the trenches with me, they all took turns. 4 of them took a turn, running one lap with me to help pace me. And everyone else is cheering on. They're all out there. And at the end of 4 laps, I didn't just run a 6-minute mile. I ran a 5:53 mile. Cramping, couldn't feel my legs, but I ran a 5:53 mile. And it was just so eye-opening at that moment that, when you have somebody that believes in you the way that he did, how it lifts you, right? When you don't even see it in yourself, this man saw that in me and pushed me to a limit that I didn't even know that I had. And I'm just grateful for that. I pulled from that moment so many times in my life when things get tough and I feel like I can't do it. I have to remind myself that you ran a 5:53. You can do this. So thank you, coach, for that moment. Oh my God. You guys, I promise I'm almost done. I do promise. Guys, I'm so sorry. I know the music is gonna start. I got one more page, y'all. It is double-sided though. Oh my God. Where am I at? Last but certainly not least, my family. My nieces and my nephews, Denzel, Rain, Trayden, Naya, who couldn't be here tonight, Torea, who actually is here tonight. You're all a part of my heartbeat. These kids have just, they just have so much light inside of them, right? And we're a family of athletes, a competitive family of athletes. So it's no shocker that they're also all athletes. And the joy that they give me watching them do what they do, as I think back to some of the things that my brother and I did, and to see our kids doing that, it just gives me so much joy. And so I thank you for being here tonight, Terea. Having the opportunity to watch her and Traden, who are both college athletes. Traden's actually at the U of A. Sorry, Coach Gonzalez. Should have got him. But watching him and just his inspiring story. This kid was a walk-on at the U of A, and the following summer, his first year, and then the following summer, he was able to earn a full ride scholarship, earn a starting position, and now he's having the opportunity to make play after play after play. They just had a huge win over UCLA over the weekend. A huge fourth down stop by Traden Stukes, so I just had to give him a quick little shout out, because you can see I'm pretty proud of that. It was on national TV, guys, I had to mention it, right? So make sure you tell him I showed him some love tonight. Terea, who just finished her career right up the street here at New Mexico Highlands. Again, just inspiring. This kid went out her senior year and just crushed it in her last match, breaking her own record. Her single match record in kills with 22, and it's no surprise to me that she would go out with a bang like that. That's the Stukes pedigree right there. So I love you, kid. I'm super proud of the career you've had, all those years watching you. Again, the fire in your eyes, it's recognizable, and every time I see you compete, and the way you love the game, the way you approach the game with respect and passion, it's inspiring. It keeps me pushing me, even as a coach, when I see that in you. So great job, kid. I love you. My brother, who couldn't be here tonight, his wife Lindsay, will actually be here later this weekend. But that was my rock from day one. My brother was the bar. I spent every day just trying to be like him, be as good as him. He was also a college athlete, and I just remember him, going to the park playing football with his friends. And me wanted to go with him, and he's like, if I want to take you, you got to keep up. You got to keep up. And so I said, okay, well, I'll keep up. And, I've been trying to keep up ever since. But I just thank him so much for allowing me to do that and to help me become the athlete that I was able to. My other two little heartbeats, my kiddos, I'm so thankful to you, and just the beautiful kids you guys are turning into. I'm grateful for the fact that your dad and I got it right long enough to bring you guys into this world, and I've continued that friendship and commitment to raising our kids together. So I appreciate you too, Laurent, for that. Celia, my firstborn, I was so certain I was going to have nothing but boys, and I prayed so hard that God would bless me with a little girl. And so when she came, I just knew, this girl's going to be special. And she is not disappointed. She came to me in a dream, which is how we named her. And I just see so much in her, so many talents. I'm fortunate enough to have her playing for me on our high school team. And by the way, I'm getting this award, Celia, so I think I got a little credibility now. Just listen to Mom a little more sometimes. Thank you, Madison, and you and him for helping me out with that. All the honor, kind of a big deal. So, just saying. But you inspire me in so many ways, Celia. Like I say, you're so talented at everything. The way you approach life, your sense of humor, your light inside of you, you bring joy to my life every single day. And I'm just honored and blessed that I get to, be your mom. My son, my baby boy. I know you hate I said that, but he came into this world fighting. I had this boy at 28 weeks, a little early. So he showed me very early on that he was going to be a go-getter in life. He was born only 2 pounds, had to leave him in the hospital for 35 days. It was the longest 35 days of my life. But I just, it's almost like I'm looking at somebody else's life when I think about what we went through together that day. The fact that we could have easily, neither one of us could have been standing here today. When I see you fighting as a 2-pound baby in your little incubator, and I continue to see you fight through life, every challenge that's thrown your way, you wouldn't even look at him and know that he started his life with those set of challenges. And I'm just so grateful that God saved you that day, that he saved me so I get to be around and be your mom. You make me proud every single day. And he also has a gate tomorrow that is missing for me, so I love you for that. Thanks for your sacrifice. I'm the luckiest mom in the world, you two. And I just appreciate everything that you guys are becoming. And last but not least, my mom and dad, you're the reason I'm here. You're the reason I'm here. You're the reason I've been able to do so many things in my life. It's the little things, the breakfast in the morning, the talks when I just had a bad game, and just so many. It's the little things. Everybody talks about the big things, but it's all the little things that I remember. And the way you guys show up for your kids, you know, in so many ways, that they're at every single game and just pushing us and wanting so bad for us to have the future that they didn't get. You know, my dad served in the military for 23 years, just wanting to give his kids a better life. And he was able to do that. And I just love you and thank you so much for all of the sacrifices you made over the years so that I get to be able to stand here today and publicly acknowledge and thank you guys for everything that you've done. You've instilled so many qualities in me, gave me the confidence as a young kid early on. And I'll close with this story. You know, when I was younger, I spent most of my life, since my dad was in the military, we grew up in Germany, spent a lot of years there. And I just remember being in first grade and having to have this assignment where we had to write our name, and we had to write our whole name, and my name was Tamika Rochelle Stukes, and it's Tamika Rochelle with one L. And I remember sitting in the classroom and having a teacher question me about how to spell my middle name. Like, sweetie, I think you might have messed up, I think it's 2 L's. I said, no, my mom said it's 1. She's like, well, I think it's 2 L's. And she made me change it. And I went home and I asked my mom, and I said, Mom, do I not know how to spell my name? The teacher told me that it's spelled with 2 L's. And she said, well, you tell that teacher. I said, oh no, the neck just rolled. This cannot be good for the teacher. You tell the teacher that your name is Tamika Rochelle with 1 L. And that's exactly what I did. I went back to that school and I had to tell that woman that my name is Tamika Rochelle with 1 L. And she never questioned me again. And so when I get the chance to honor them, I always like to do that in a poem, and I'll just close it with this so I can let everybody know who I am. Tamika Rochelle with 1 L. Not defined by my name, but I take pride in my name. Never had to feel shame for who I am. Because the only Tamika I could be is the one staring back at me every time I see my reflection, hoping the world could see what I see. That's some kind of girl my folks saw all those years ago. That's some kind of woman they always knew they'd watch me grow up to be. Their faith in me helps me be the Tamika they dreamed I would be. And so I thank you for loving me, supporting me, and picking me up when I fell. So when people ask me, who am I can say my ethnic name proudly. I am Tamika Rochelle with 1 L. Thank you, everybody.